looking down the road and see a falling star, then you make a wish. Ooh, just remember, luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then, you ask, the stars up above, the planets of light, who controls your very soul? From the beginning of birth and throughout eternity, that's the stars up above. Just like them. Ooh, just like them. Planets of light, who controls your very soul?
Coming to you from the studios of Manhattan Neighborhood Network's El Barrio Firehouse in Spanish Harlem, New York, you're watching Astrology-Numerology now. I'm your host, you already know. This is STARMAN, professional astrologer-numerologist. This is our first show in 6 months. Our last show was March the 9th. So this is our first show in 6 months since the pandemic began. So I'm back, we're back, DIETRA's back, and we're at the Manhattan El Barrio Firehouse recording this segment of Astrology-Numerology now. People are saying, STARMAN, where are you? Where have you been? I need my astrology news and information. So here I am, I'm back. We're under COVID restrictions here at the firehouse, but I am allowed to remove my mask. So I'm gonna take my mask off in the studio and say, hey, once again, welcome to Astrology-Numerology Now. I hope everybody over the last 6 months or during the last couple of weeks of this pandemic, this crisis that the whole planet is going through. And we're going to talk about that from an astrology and numerology point of view. Unfortunately, during this episode, we won't be able to take any phone calls. So I just hope you'll stay tuned, keep it locked right where it is, and get the latest astrology news and information. I am giving out astrology highlights for the month of September. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up. I want to say hello to all my viewers. Say hello to all the Aries, the Tauruses, the Geminis, the Cancers, the Leos, the Virgos, the Libras, the Scorpios, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Welcome to Astrology Numerology Now 2020. Now, I'm going to start out by saying happy birthday to all the Virgos who happen to be watching the show. It's Virgo season. I know a lot of Virgo people who are watching the show. I want to say happy birthday to my niece, Tiffany, and my nephew, Terrell. Happy birthday, family, and all the Virgos out there. So this is your solar return. That means the sun has come back to the place where it was where you were born. And also, if you have Virgo Rising sign, like our producer and director DIETRA KELSEY has, this is sort of kind of a new beginning or a new astrological new year also. Virgo is the sign of health and wellness and nutrition and working with people. And in this pandemic that we're going through, now more than ever, during Virgo season, it is important that we start to back up our immune systems, take our vitamins, take our minerals, take our nutrition. Health and wellness, as we all know during these pandemic times, are of the utmost important. And with the fall season getting ready to start in a couple of weeks from now, it'll be officially fall. Now during Virgo season, the house or the sign of health and wellness, it's important that we start taking our vitamin C, following all the CDC guidelines to stop the spread of the coronavirus. See, a lot of you people out there, especially young people, you're not wearing masks, You're not social distancing. You're walking around and acting like there isn't a pandemic going on. It's still officially a pandemic. It's still officially a pandemic. So during Virgo season, now more than ever, now is the time to build up your immune system, because in a couple of weeks, it'll be Libra season. And Virgo, once again, happy birthday to all the Virgos and Virgo Rising sign. But in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a new moon. A new moon in the sign of Virgo on September 17th, 2020. So when there is a new moon, when the sun and the moon are in the same sign at the same time, that's one of the times that you can't see the sun and the moon, or the moon in the sky, because that's why it's called a new moon. If you follow the Farmer's Almanac, the new moon is always a darkened circle, meaning you can't see the moon on those particular nights. Now, everybody out there knows that a new moon is the start of new beginnings. So now, during Virgo season, we have a sun and moon in the sign of Virgo. Now, I can't stress this enough. Now, more than ever, is the time to start building up your immune system, start building up your health and wellness program, and get ready for the rough winter that we have ahead. We have a rough winter coming. Everything in astrology and also numerology is about preparedness. How are you going to prepare for the winter? Remember, this pandemic started at the end of winter and moved on at the beginning of spring, and we went through summer and all those kinds of things. So we have to get ready for the fall and eventually winter. And now more than ever is the time to start to get ready during Virgo season. And the sun is in the sign of Virgo until September 22nd at 9:30 a.m. Up next, we're going to, again, Virgo season is ending, and we're going to talk about the fall equinox, which is the start of Libra season also. The fall equinox is coming. It's starting to get colder north of the equator. So the sun will be descending or coming down, going back to the equator, and it's going to start to dip below the equator. So it's Libra season. And I want to say happy birthday to all the Libras. Also, stage manager, I can hear you. Thank you. This is a whole new thing here at the M&M Barrio Firehouse. And we're this is my first show back. I didn't do any Zoom or anything like that. I said, wait a minute, I'll wait till I get back inside of a real television studio, because I got tired of seeing things in everyone's houses and pictures on the wall and all that kind of stuff. So we're this is what's going on. Fall is coming. I'm pretty sure this show is going to be broadcast or televised well into September or the end of September. And Libra season, or the fall equinox, begins on September 22nd at 9:30 a.m. So Libra season will be starting. The sun is in the sign of Libra from September 22nd to October 22nd. So let's get ready as we wind out, say goodbye to summer, and get ready to welcome Libra season. I want to say happy birthday to all the Libras who are watching the show, because your time of the year is coming. What do we got up next? Up next, from a numerology point of view, since the name of the show is Astrology-Numerology now, let's talk about the significance, and we already know this, of the year 2020. If we take 2020 and add one digit at a time, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals the number 4. 4 is, unfortunately, a hard number. It's about building. It's about foundation. And I remember earlier this year when I was talking to some of my colleagues, and by the way, speaking of colleagues, I want to say hello to all my Facebook friends from the groups International Society of Black Astrologers, Society of Indigenous Astrologers. Say what's up to Ever Weiss and Sam Reynolds and Demetrius Bagley. I want to say hello to the Worcester Astrology Forum and my girl up in Massachusetts, Sherry Weinstein, for always supporting and always appreciating Astrology-Numerology Now and my Facebook posts on astrology. There are tons of astrologers, tons of astrology groups, and I want to say thank you for watching and supporting Astrology-Numerology Now. Now back to the number 4. The number 4, the vibration of the number 4 is work and struggle. And earlier this year, when we first started talking about the number 4 universal year, because that's the sum total of 2020, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4, some astrologers or some numerologists were saying, no, let's drop the zeros and call this a 22 year. And I'm saying to myself, well, that doesn't make sense. But looking back on past numerology readings and studies, that sort of kind of works now. I sort of kind of get that now, that this also could be a number 22 year, because 22 years or 22 master number years, like the years 1970, 1975 or 1984 and 1993, all those years add up to the number 22. Now, I like playing around in New Age numerology. So 22, the vibration of the 22 is some great things happen or some very destructive years. See, the vibration of the 22 can be great, fantastic things or death and destruction. And we all know in 2020, we've seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot of misery, pain, and suffering. The economy is taking a hit. So the vibration of 20 is a 4, which is about building. We have to work and build all over again. That's what lay those foundations again. And also it's about tearing things down. The government and the world is being made over again. So we have to get ready and start to build in 2020 or the master year. I'll agree with you guys. 2022 is, or 2020 is a number 22 personal year or universal year. So from a numerology point of view, it's a 4. We have to repair, rebuild, lay new foundations. And it also favors people who are born on the 4th of the month, the 13th, the 22nd, 2 plus 2 is 4, and the 31st, 3 plus 1 is 4. So from a numerology point of view, that's where we are in a number 4 personal year. Now, if you want to contact me after the show to talk astrology and to talk numerology, here's the number you're going to call. You're going to call 212, excuse me, not that number, 646-389 is the number on your screen, 646-389-1311, 646-389-1311 to talk astrology and numerology. You can find me on Facebook as Z Starman. You can find me on Instagram as Z Starman, and also on Twitter as Z Starman. Or you can go to our show page on Facebook, Astrology-Numerology Now, and get the latest astrology news and information. Now, what are we going to talk about? Where are we? Oh, right now, Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and wellness, is in the sign of Leo. And this favors all the fire signs, like Aries, like Leo, and also Sagittarius. There's going to be some hot romances, especially if you're a Leo, going on during this period. And Venus is in the sign of Libra from let's see, September 6th. It just went into the sign of Libra a couple of days ago. It's September 9th as we speak. And the sun will be, or Venus will be in the sign of Leo until October, let me look down, October 2nd, 2020. Great time for Leos and other fire signs, again, Aries and Sagittarius. Now, we have, everything is not all happy news, but I want everybody to remember this date. And that date is September 15th, Tuesday, September 15th, when the sun, or when Venus in Leo makes a square to Uranus in the sign of Taurus, or a 90-degree angle, or anytime 3 planets or more, or 2 planets or more than 3 signs away from each other, or in astrology terms, 90 degrees apart. It's a square. Be careful. Watch the stock market on this day. Watch how people lose money, investments. On a personal level, a lot of people will suffer great losses when it comes to love and romance. But we have Venus square Uranus on on September 15th. So watch out for those days. There's a lot going on from an astrology and numerology point of view. Even though it's warm and summer is winding down, the big thing is that we still have a pandemic. And the pandemic, let's take a quick look at the pandemic, COVID-19. Why is it COVID-19? I say this is ruled by the sign of Aquarius because this is when the coronavirus was named during February. Aquarius affects all people, black, white, Latino, Puerto Rican, Asian. That's what Aquarius is about. It's about the people. And this virus has spread throughout the planet. No one is immune from it. Don't care if you're black, Asian, gay, LGBTQ. We're all under this influence. And the 19, of course, 1 plus 9 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. It was discovered in 2019. And it's the novel coronavirus, meaning not a book, novel, but for the first time. We've never seen this before. There are other coronaviruses. We've never seen this one or this strain of the coronavirus in our lifetime. So while the scientists, and this is who I trust, the scientists trying to figure all this out, and hopefully there'll be a solution and answer really soon. Up next, the planet Mars is retrograde. Mars is the ruling planet of the sign of Aries, and Mars will be in retrograde from September 9th to November 13th. So I want all my Aries people, or if you have Aries rising sign, and especially my cardinal signs like Aries, like Cancer, like Libra, and like Capricorn. The cardinal signs are the signs that start the season. But this sign is in the sign, or this retrograde is in the sign of Aries. And Mars is the ruler of the planet Aries. So I want everybody to sort of kind of slow down. Please do not get into arguments and fights and disagreements with people. If you're an Aries person, take alternative routes when driving to work or going to the store. Just be careful. Try not to be accident prone. Now is the time to focus and realize and learn how to utilize how we use our Aryan type of Aries, because Mars rules the sign of Aries. Now, speaking of the government, the United States government, Mars is about war. That's the planet Mars. It's about battling. It's about war. It's about bloodshed. It's about doing what you have to do to get what you want. And watch what happens during this Mars and Aries period. These countries that the United States has had wars with and fought with, they haven't forgotten. They haven't forgotten about what has happened on their soil during this pandemic, the leaders that were killed and all that kind of stuff. So we can look out for some of that old stuff, because retrograde, it's old stuff coming back. And the leaders of these countries, they haven't forgotten about it. So we got Mars in Aries from September 9th to November 13th. Now, there's some good news on the horizon also. If you are a Sagittarius, like DIETRA saying, I see her from the corner of my eye saying, wow, I'm Sagittarius. What's up, ZStarman? Well, Sagittarius, your ruling planet is about to turn stationary direct. Jupiter has been retrograde ever since May 14th. So a lot of people who are Sagittarius rising signs, you take 2 steps, 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So that's sort of kind of been happening for Sagittarius people. Jupiter is in the sign of Capricorn. Jupiter doesn't work very well when it's in the sign of Capricorn. Jupiter, for you seasoned astrologers out there, already know Jupiter is in its fall, meaning it doesn't work best. So for the last 4 or 5 months, Sagittarius is, and wherever, the ruler of Sagittarius, Jupiter, it's been a hindrance. But you should start to see some kind of relief when Jupiter turns forward or start moving direct, and when it enters the sign of Aquarius this December. If you're a Capricorn, or if you have Capricorn rising sign, Saturn is turning direct in September also. And Saturn turns direct. Saturn has been retrograde since May 10th. So the outer planets, Jupiter and Saturn, when they go retrograde for 4 and 5 months at a time. So Saturn people should start to see some relief also, or Capricorn people should start to see some relief in their lives and lifestyle. It's a lot of planets in the sign of Capricorn. Pluto's in Capricorn, Saturn's in Capricorn, and also Jupiter. Jupiter is turning direct in Capricorn, and Saturn is moving direct in the sign of Capricorn also. So September will start to show sign of release for Capricorns and Sagittariuses. Now, up next, we got the presidential election coming up soon. And I just wanted to talk briefly about the astrology charts of some of the presidential candidates. We all know Donald Trump, his birthday is June 14th, 1946, and the crazy Gemini. He gives all Geminis bad, and I'm a Gemini. We got enough going on without this crazy fake president of the United States. But from an astrology point of view, he's a Gemini with the moon in Sagittarius. He's born on a full moon. The man is lunatic. See, so he's a Gemini with the moon in Sagittarius and Leo rising. So he thinks it's all about him. It's all about him. Leo, I'm the man. I'm the boss. I run things. No, you don't, because the people are about to vote you out. And his life path is a number 4. Joe Biden. When is Joe Biden's birthday? Joe Biden is November 20th, 1946. And he, of course, is a Scorpio, but his moon sign is Taurus. He's born on a full moon. I meant to say Trump is born on a full moon also. But he's born on a full moon with the moon in the sign of Taurus, and Joe Biden has Sagittarius rising sign. And from a numerology point of view, his life path is the number 2. 2s are people who like bringing peace together or bringing people together. They are the peacemakers of the numerology cycles. So, Joe Biden's a Scorpio, and if elected, or when elected, well, I will say, he will be the first Scorpio president since Teddy Roosevelt. That's like over 100 years ago since the last time we had a Scorpio president. Now, I just wanted to mention the birthday of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a Libra, and her birthday is October 20th, 1964, and her moon sign is Aries, so she's born on a full moon also. Kamala Harris is born on a full moon. So, and her rising sign is Gemini. Kamala Harris You know, I sort of kind of was taken aback about her politics, but looking at her from an astrology point of view, she is an amazing woman, an amazing candidate for vice president of the United States. And God forbid, like they say, in the vice president is a heartbeat away from the president of the United States. I think she would be more than qualified to run the country in that event. So, but one thing about 2020, Joe Biden is born on the 20th, and Kamala Harris, she's born on the 20th too. So this is the 2020 election. They're both born on the 20th. So what better way to have two people, both born on the 20th from a numerology point of view, go up against Trump and defeat him? Because they got 20 energy from Biden and 20 energy from Kamala Harris. I think this is a winning ticket, and I think in January 21st, 2021, when we have inauguration, it'll be a whole new difference, at least in the executive branch of the government. The White House, or the current occupant of the White House, he'll be gone. So keep your head up. I want everybody to go out there and vote. But last but not least, I want to talk about Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman, his birthday is November 29th, 1976. He was a Sagittarius, of course, and his moon sign is Pisces. So, great actor. He's going to be missed. You see the condolences around the world. Never heard or read anything bad about him. And the world has just lost a great actor in Chad Bowman. That's about all the time we have for Astrology-Numerology now. I want to thank my producer, director, DIETRA KELSEY. I want to thank the control room here at the Barrio Firehouse in Spanish Harlem. Freddie Pinto and Carla Robles, and you, the viewers, for watching. If you want to talk astrology with me after the show, we're going to put the number up on the screen. I want to say thank you, everybody, for watching Astrology-Numerology now. This is STARMAN saying peace, love, light, be safe, namaste.